Good morning, everyone, and everyone on live streaming. Welcome to our family service and Sunday school program. It's already the end of March. Wow, time is really flying. Okay, so we'll get started now, and so the first thing we'll have is our starting bell. Please rise for the entering of the minister. You may be seated. We will now have 1 minute of Zazen meditation.
Okay, good morning. So we're gonna have 1 minute zazen. Please put your hands together. Bow.
We will now have Sampai, bowing 3 times to Buddha. Please rise for Vandana Tisarana. For the people at home, it's on page 17 of the Green Book. We will now chant Heart of Great Perfect Wisdom Sutra. For those at home, it's on page 33. For those in the temple, during this time we will be offering incense. If any of you have not joined us before, it's take a little cup, offer incense, place the cup on the right side in the tray.
Heart of Great Perfect Wisdom Sutra.
Ki
「
We will now recite the golden chain. For those at home, it's on page 251 of the Green Book. I am a link in Lord Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that what I do now affects my life and lives of others. Make every link in Lord Buddha's golden chain of love become bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. We'll now recite the pledge. In the book, it's on page 252.
To the Buddha, who promised to be present in his teachings, we pledge our loyalty and devotion. We dedicate our thoughts, words, and deeds to his service and to the way of enlightenment our Lord. We resolve to follow his example and to have reverence for our religion, respect for our parents and teachers, and love for all forms of life.
Thank you. We'll now have our first dappa, we'll have our dappa now. Softly Blew the Breezes. In the Green Book, it's on page 167. We'll do verses 1 to 3. So if we can have you please rise.
So this time I'd like to play ukulele. So Mr. Daniel Takahashi.
Thank you very much. You may be seated. Thank you, Reverend Hata and Mr. Takahashi. We will now have our Dharma message by Reverend Shinsho Hata.
Good morning, everyone. Aloha. Ohayou gozaimasu. So thank you very much for coming here today. and thank you for watching our live streaming service. So, as I said last week, today is the last Sunday of this month. I'd like to share a Buddhist story with all of you. So today, I want to share the story of all they care about is what other people think. So I hope so you enjoy the picture too, which I drew. And once upon a time, so there were a father and his son who worked together as farmers. And one day, after they finished their work, so they were leading a horse by the bridle and walking back home. On their way home, so they heard the whisper from people on the street. The people were saying, "There's a silly father and son. If one of them rides on the horse, he would not be tired." After the son heard the whispers, he thought, "That's a good idea." So the son got his father on the horse's back and started walking. So after that, the father and son passed by two people on the street. So the two people were talking in a whisper again. The two people said, "Poor thing, that son will be so tired." When the father heard this, the father got off the horse in a hurry and got his son on the horse's back. So switch. The son hesitated, but the father started walking. So after that, some people were walking and talking near the father and son again. The people were saying, "Hey, even though the elderly father is walking and leading a horse by the bridle, that son is riding on the horse to slack off." The father and son heard it, and the son got off the horse in a hurry. After that, the father and the son talked about what they should do to not be blamed by others. And they decided to ride on the horse together. So later, a man was talking with someone on the street. The man said, "What a terrible man. The two men are riding on such a small horse. I feel sorry for the horse." The father and the son never thought someone would say such a thing. So finally, after much thought, so somehow, so the father and the son decided to carry the horse on their shoulders and go home. So as you can see, the father and son were laughed at by the people in town. The end. So quite a story. So what did you think about this story? So when I read the story for first time, so I didn't expect that they would carry the horse eventually. So I couldn't help laughing. But this story tells us precious things. So I'd like to share two ideas which I learned from this story with all of you. So number one is believe in yourself and live with confidence without being disturbed by what others say. In this story, the father and the son heard many people talking about them while they were going back home. They worried too much about what everyone around them thought. So they ended up carrying the horse and were laughed at by the people around them. If you were the father or the son, so would you carry the horse? So maybe you would not carry the horse on your shoulders. But you might feel uneasy or be depressed after people blamed you for doing the wrong thing. In our daily life, we always hope to be liked and praised by others. We don't want others to dislike us. That's why we really want to know what other people think about us. About blame from others, Buddha left this saying in the Dhammapada. People blame the silent one. People blame the one who says much. People blame the one who says little. No one in this world is never blamed. As Buddha said, no one in this world is never blamed. That's why every time someone blames us, we should not worry or be depressed. We should stay calm. If a person gives us advice on how to improve with compassion, we should listen to the advice. But if the person just makes negative statements, which are socially or morally irresponsible, we should not listen to that and live with confidence. The important thing is to find out what the truth is. In this story, if the father and the son were both happy, they should have just gone home without riding on the horse. Even if someone found fault with them, they would just have a wonderful time together. And recently, the number of people using social media has been increasing. We post pictures of a cafe or food of ourselves on social media and communicate with people all over the world easily. As I said before, we really want to know what other people think about us and not be blamed by others. When we post a video or picture on our social media page, we are concerned about the number of likes or how many people watched the video. For me, I'm also concerned about how many people watched our live streaming service. Actually, that is one of the pleasures of social media. If we get many likes, we will be happy. But if we don't receive many likes, we will get anxious, right? However, if we worry about it constantly, we will not be able to do what we really should do now, and we don't know what we have to cherish. Let's live our life just as who we are. And number 2, to use compassionate words as much as possible. We tend to blame or criticize others, but to not blame others is stipulated in our Buddhist precepts. In the 16 Soto-Zen precepts for living wisely in the world. Number 13 is refrain from elevating ourselves, blaming others. I'd like you to use kind words, compassionate words with others, without blaming them. Compassionate words is called aigo in Japanese. Aigo is a precious Buddhist practice to enrich our life. Even if you feel depressed or annoyed with something, please be calm first and use kind words to make people happy. In today's story, so if the people in town were considerate of the father and his son and use compassionate words, aigo, the father and the son would not have carried the horse. And finally, today, we can learn two things, two ideas. So I share two ideas with everyone. So please keep in mind to use compassionate words and live with confidence. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sensei. Thank you, Sensei. Now, if we could please rise for Shomyo. And then Sampai after.